What is up, everybody? This is Jedi Steve.
Hey.
And this is Krisna.
Nice to see ya.
So, around 2018, I was undercover as Bob Marley with a Make America Great Again hat on at Comic-Con. And I wore the hat after, and my roommate at the time, who knows me, we've been involved in protests together. He knows I'm a smart ass and everything like that. He wanted to beat the shit out of me when I put this hat on in his house.
Oh, snap.
In our house.
That really triggered him, huh?
It really triggered him. And I'm good at calming people down. And we're talking, this guy's an ex-Marine. What they say, you can't be an ex-Marine. And he's just in this place. So this video is about communication. Because a lot of us are not communicating.
Right, we think we're communicating, but really we're just talking at people.
We're talking at people, getting really mad when somebody has a difference of opinion. Like me, pedophiles, violence towards people, women, especially, and children, violence towards them. I just don't. That's when I get in that mode. You're talking about pedophiles. I don't want to hear that information in any way. How to help out pedophiles that haven't done anything yet, finding different ways. I'll have conversations about that, but I'm not going to have a conversation of the fact of somebody of why logically it's okay to have sex with an eight-year-old when you're yeah.
Right.
I'm just not going to have a conversation about that.
We're just not going there.
Yeah, to the whole
That's
thing.
the boundary.
But most things aren't that, and a lot of people are reacting to that level.
Yeah.
So I was searching for, I wanted to create a character for this person. And I was driving and I saw past the pawn shop. And I was like, oh, like on the chessboard, we're all pawns in the political game. So I came up with this guy, Kurt Pawn. Yeah, that's right. And I didn't want to have an accent that was specifically from anywhere. And the first video that I did is, you know what? All throughout history, those dolphins never ate straws until those millennial dolphins, those damn millennial dolphins. I'm sick of the millennials. Their straw would be going by. All the generations before it, those dolphins, they never eat those straws. And also those millennial dolphins, they ate those straws. So I just did a video like that, communicating on a level, because there's a lot of things I can sophisticated say and everything like that. But if you like kind of exemplify that, and then you get people to laugh at a certain thing and have an understanding, and then maybe have something in the writing to a whole thing. Some friends lost it. Just seeing me in this hat, wouldn't want to put the sound on the video, and they just wanted to have an argument when they came together with me. And I didn't accept that. I was like, you got to watch the video. I can't have a conversation if you're not watching the video. Because for one, I'm chilling. I'm chilling right now, and I'm not even thinking about that right now. I understand. If you want to have a conversation, then we can have a conversation.
Yeah.
I understand, but also part of me knows, which I don't think like this all the time, I was trying to trigger the fuck out of them, but I was doing it for a purposeful event, to make them think and become better, not to agree with me.
Right. You were doing what we like to call an education. It was a provocation. It was provoking critical thinking. It was provoking discussion and exploring like different ideas about this, whatever was being provoked.
Look at that. I was doing something sophisticated. I wasn't even trying.
Yeah. You know, it's really interesting. Fun fact, I used to teach at the college level for many years. And one of my favorite classes that I would teach was about communication. And I learned a lot about my own communication styles by being, creating that space for others. But this hot spots and triggers or activations, whatever you want to call it, these things do happen because we're human and we all have different points of view. And we're all going to kind of look at a situation from a different angle. And when we're not aware or have that self-awareness about our emotions that now are becoming these really heated feelings that kind of color how we're experiencing a conversation, it makes it really hard to have a conversation. And really, I would say, like, if you're filled with a whole lot of, like, fueling feelings, maybe not try to have a logical conversation, because you're not actually going to be able to have one, you know? Yeah.
So for me, it's really important how we frame the conversations. And you can frame a conversation in a very controlling manner, but I have come up with some frames to make it so we can both have our certain parts, and we're both stretched in a different way. We're both stretched in a way that the conversation is inclusive, and I've always said for the longest time, the truth is somewhere in between you and me.
Yeah.
It's not over here. I mean, it may be right here, or it may be right real close to you, but the truth is somewhere in between us a lot of times, because we wouldn't even need to go and meet other people if we're exemplifying the truth to a certain level within us 100%. Because we're learning from people, we're having lessons, we're observing nature too, observing the animals of the animal community, animal kingdom. We're observing that to learn certain lessons. I believe wisdom isn't knowing everything. Wisdom is being able to learn from everyone and everything.
Yeah, and being open, like that openness, you know. Can you share with our amazing viewers, what are your thoughts about, like, the feelings of uncomfortability with the stretching? Because I feel like you have a really, like, keen way to talk about this idea of being uncomfortable, or like the discomfort of, like, the stretching.
So observing old people. My mom recently has gotten dementia. I mean, I've known for a while, but the family hasn't known for a while. She's recently gotten dementia, and I really see her not, even though she's changing so much, she's not embracing change. And I think one of the things that gets us stuck in our places is not being able to embrace change. I remember one of my friends, I think it was his grandmother. This is when I was like in my 20s, and she didn't want. It was real hot in her house, and she didn't want him to open the window because somebody tried to break into that window 20 years ago.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So it was like very, very much in that memory and everything. We all do that to certain levels.
For sure.
But sometimes it's a safety issue. Most of the time, it's holding us back from living our true divinity. So being uncomfortable is being able to let go and have that openness to let the right wisdom in at the right time.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you feel fear and you're supposed to say, oh, stay away from this. Sometimes you're supposed to push through.
Yeah. Fear is a very powerful thing we experience as humans. Like, it's something we all share, right? So we can stand in solidarity with understanding that it is a common thing that we all have. It's been, I guess, maybe like a part of our blueprint to keep us safe, right? But what's so interesting is the mind is so powerful that it takes that, like, innate quality that helps keep us safe, and then it, like, intensifies it. It's like a projector, and it makes it so that now it's touching every aspect of our life, when really that's not what it's intended to do. And then now it inhibits us from our full potential, because it blocks us from being uncomfortable and pushing past the things that are familiar to us into an area that's unfamiliar to us.